parked crooked in a parking lot? Yes. Does it really matter? No. We have the Coke Zero and the sweatpants today, and we're ready for a Q&A, TMI, girl talk, gossip talk. Hey, XOXO, gossip girl. Not the lady looking at me. Girl, is your car okay? Alright, so guys, welcome back to my channel. So today, by the title, we're doing another TMI girl talk Q&A type video. Yeah, we're doing part 2. I asked you guys to ask me on my Instagram. If you don't follow me, you can follow me on there. It's Brooke Alicia. It'll be here on the screen as well as the down bar below. But I asked you guys to ask me a whole bunch of questions. Just some girl talk, just anything you guys basically want to know. So I have them all here on my phone. We have quite a bit, so we need to go through them, and I'm gonna answer your questions. But I'm excited to get into this. Let's do it. This is just like a chill little type of video. We got sweatpants on. I'm in the car. I'm chilling with my Coke Zero. All right, so let's just jump into your guys' questions. First one we have here is relationships in our generation. Relationships in our generation are an actual joke. I feel like no one knows what true love and romance is anymore, in my opinion. I'm such an old, like, school type of love, old soul person. That's what I like to say. So for me, it's just like I don't know. I feel like no one really cares to have an actual relationship nowadays. Everything's about the hookup culture, and no one wants to get to know each other anymore, which is really sad to say. But I feel like our generation's mindset and also attention span is so bad that they cannot be in a relationship, and it's really shitty. People get bored with each other really fast, which again, that goes with the hookup culture. It's really, there's no commitment there. Also, there's a lot of people that are scared of commitment. So it's just like a very complicated situation. And I feel like people's intentions nowadays aren't how they used to be. People just don't want to be with someone for the right reasons, and it sucks. But that's like the world and life that we are living in right now. But yeah, it kind of sucks that we can't have that, you know, deep, meaningful love. For me, I just want the not the company, but I don't need materialistic things. Like, for me, I don't give two shits about that. Like, just being together, going for a car ride, go get something to eat, and getting to know each other, like, that's good enough for me. I feel like a lot of the relationships nowadays revolve around, like, physical aspects. I mean, don't get me wrong, of course that's going to be a part of it, but that's not the main thing. I feel like if you connect with me mind, soul, and body, like, that's like a huge thing. And I feel like now it's just body. People over-sexualize other people, and this is not just guys sexualizing girls. Girls sexualize guys so much, and I see it all the time with so many people. And also with our generation, we're so, like, involved in social media that people think that's the way a relationship should be, and it's like, no. I don't know, I feel like everyone's just so caught up in social media and taking pictures and sending them to people, and just not having a real raw conversation, which is what I want. So to sum it up, relationships in our generation suck ass, and I don't like them, which is why I'm single, because I'm very picky and I have high standards, and I live in Calgary, so not many great people. Yeah. Alright, so the next one is, how do you tell your male teacher that you're on your period? Just honestly tell them. All females get their period. It's normal. And also, I feel like it's kind of an advantage because male teachers get uncomfortable, or just guys in general get uncomfortable when you talk about periods. So using it as an excuse in school is great. And also, they don't experience it, so they have no opinion on the matter at all. They shouldn't open their mouth. So yeah, I would just say it straight up. Just be like, can I go to the washroom or something? And if he says you have to wait, be like, hi, I'm on my period, I need to go. And he'll be like, oh, okay. Or just show him your tampon or pad or whatever, and they'll be like, okay, because they know what it is. So, and then they'll leave you alone. Like, they'll never bother you. So yeah, just tell them straight up. Okay, so the next one is, how do you stop yourself from comparing yourself to others? P.S. I love you, Brooke. I love you more. Honestly, I feel like it's a learning process. I mean, everyone has their good and bad days, get me wrong. I feel like if you're on social media and you're comparing yourself a lot, I feel like you should step away from that. It can be really toxic at times. I found it toxic to be on social media constantly because I was looking at all these beautiful girls and I was like, wow, like I wish I looked like that. But you have to remember that you're made a certain way and you have so many beautiful things about yourself. So don't bring yourself down just because you see someone else. Everyone has their own insecurities. So just remember that at the end of the day, the most beautiful, famous, like prettiest girl that you think has her own insecurities. Don't think that she doesn't, because everyone has them. I have them. So just remember, like, everyone's dealing with their own stuff. They just don't put it out in the world. And just always try and uplift yourself. I know it's really hard when you're like, I do it myself. Like, I pick out the things that I don't like. But yeah, instead of picking, like, at the things that you don't like about yourself, say something that you do love about yourself. Like, I love my hair, I love my eyes, I love my body today. Obviously, like I said, you're gonna have your good and bad days. But if you're saying something negative about yourself, just say something positive instead, because I promise you guys, not looks is everything. It doesn't matter in the real world. I feel like, especially when you're younger, it's like a big factor. For me, it was in high school. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's not gonna matter. But for me, at the end of the day, your looks don't matter. It's your personality. So just remember that. Just be a good person, and you know, your beauty will shine through, I promise you. Okay, so the next question is how to deal with toxic friends. I've had my fair share of toxic friends, and in my experience, you kind of have to weigh out whether it's you that's the toxic friend, because sometimes it is and you don't know, and sometimes it is them. But the first thing to do is confront that person that you're dealing with and having these feelings towards. Just express how you're feeling towards them, and ultimately how they react to you is going to be your decision whether or not you want to be friends with them. A lot of the time, toxic friends like to manipulate and kind of gaslight the situation, so that kind of just shows who they are as a person and whether they really are your friends or not. I feel like it depends on the situation and the friend. I used to have such a tough problem cutting people off, but I'm at this point in my life is like, if you're bringing negative energy into my life, I don't want it anymore, and I want to have the uplifting, positive people in my life. I always say I'd rather have no friends than fake friends, and sure, it can get super lonely, and it just feels like you have no one, but at the end of the day, why would you want to spend your time with people who are bringing you down constantly and just don't uplift you? That's what I think. But yeah, definitely confront the people about it and try and see what they say. You can hopefully maybe work it out. If not, then just, you know, go your separate ways. It's okay to not always be friends with the same people. You don't have to be. You're gonna outgrow so many people in your lifetime, and if it's constantly bringing you like anxiety or stress, definitely cut that person off, just because, I don't know, your friends shouldn't make you feel stressed or overwhelmed, and if they are, that's not good for your mental health. So definitely confront the situation. Okay, so the next one is, after using the razor, my hair became hard and spiky. Is that okay? Yes, it is completely normal. When I first started shaving, I was like, oh my god, it's growing back thicker. I'm so scared. Like, no. It's completely normal. It happens. That's just the way that your hair grows, because when you shave, you're like, it's just the way that you're shaving and stuff, and the way that the hair is growing back, it's growing back in weird directions. So it's completely normal. I prefer waxing now because it does have less hair now, because you're pulling out the hair follicles. But I still shave like my legs and stuff. But my armpits, I do wax them, and they last me like a week and a half without like having to like redo them. And it's helped so much. My underarms are so much lighter than they used to be, because when I would shave, it would make like my underarms kind of dark. So I prefer waxing. It grows back way like less and just more smoother. So if you have problems with that and it bothers you, definitely try waxing. It's not for everyone, but I personally like it. I just can't wax like my bikini. It hurts so bad. I need to go get it done professionally, because that That ish hurts. Like, no, Okay, so the next one is it bad to want a relationship even though you're kind of younger and it isn't necessary? I wouldn't say it's bad. I would just say, like, you should focus on yourself. I feel like, I don't know, for me personally, I don't think I would have wanted to be in a relationship when I was younger. I just don't think I was in the mental headspace to be in a relationship. I feel like you're just so immature when you're younger that you don't really know what's going on and you can get manipulated really easily. I don't know, it's more of a personal thing. For me personally, if I was like 16, I wouldn't want, like, I look back at my 16 years old self and I'm glad I wasn't in a relationship because I wasn't ready for one. Even like as now I'm 21 and I'm still like questioning whether or not I want to be in one, like, right now. But it's just a time thing. I don't think it's bad, but I don't think you should necessarily think that you need to be in a relationship. There's so many people that have never been in a relationship, like me, for example. Yeah, I'm inexperienced. But yeah, I don't think it's a bad thing, but I do think you should focus on yourself and learn who you are as a person, because when you are younger, you're still learning and growing and just trying to figure out who you are. I feel like it's definitely like you're learning like what you like and your identity and all that. So definitely try and focus on you instead of guys. I know it's hard when you're younger. I feel like guys, like, when you're younger, you're like, oh, boy crazy and stuff. I was the same. But then as I like got older, like after I graduated high school, I just didn't care because I realized that like none of these people really like cared. They just wanted me for my body or something. So it's just like, I don't know, I feel like when you're older, you realize what people's true intentions are. So, yeah. Okay, so the next one is, how do you become more confident at school? For me, I've always been like a super shy person. Who would have guessed that, right? I'm doing social media and I'm super shy. Yes, I have anxiety. But yeah, the advice I would have given myself when I was in school is just be yourself. I feel like I spent so much time trying to be someone who I wasn't that I ended up not enjoying my youthful years. I just always tried to fit in and all that, and I wasn't really me. I just tried to fit in all these different groups growing up, and I never really found my people, which kind of sucks. I mean, also, I grew up in a town, like, city place that was, like, with a whole bunch of judgy people, so it kind of sucked. But yeah, just be yourself, and I feel like then you'll just be more confident because you'll be secure of who you are. Don't try to be someone who you're not. Just the people that you hang out around should love you for who you are and not want to change you. And same goes for a relationship, whether it's dating, friends, or whatever. Just, they should accept you for who you are. So, to be more confident in school, just be you and embrace you, because you are awesome, and embrace the weirdness. I know people are like, oh, you're weird. No, you are weird, but you're a good weird. So don't think that's, I don't know. I was a weird kid, and I wish that I had someone to tell me to be like, you know what, just be yourself. So, you know what, that's what I'm telling you guys. Just be yourself, and everyone will love you. I love you guys, so if I love you, then everyone else will. Okay, so the next one is what to do when you're stuck in school with no pads. What you're going to do is either first ask someone else, because like I said, every girl gets their period. So just ask someone else, and I'm sure someone will have. But if not, and there's no one around, like this is a 911 emergency. What you're going to do is you're going to take toilet paper, and you're going to roll it. I don't know how to explain this, but let's see if, oh, I have a napkin here. Let's try it with this tissue. So you're going to take the toilet paper. Okay, pretend like the toilet paper is this thick, right? Right? Okay. And you're going to fold it like this. Do you see what I'm doing? Like, fold it like this. Kind of fold it in the shape that will fit your underwear. Just like this. And, like, get quite a bit. Like, make it a thick, like, amount of toilet paper. And then just put it on your underwear where your pad usually goes. And until you get a pad, you got yourself a DIY little pad. Yeah. What if you're 12 and don't get your period yet? Everyone gets their periods at different times. I was 14, almost 15. No, I was 15 when I got my period. So I was a very late bloomer. Everyone gets them at different times. I know this one girl, she got hers when she was 17. So like I said, it just depends on everyone's body. Everyone's different. Don't think you're like something's wrong with you. There's not. Everyone's hormones are just different. Yeah, it just depends on the person. So don't be scared. You'll get it eventually. Trust me, you don't want it. I used to be the same. I used to be like, oh my god, I want my period. No, you don't want your period. You don't want it. You don't want it. So you're just enjoy it while you don't have it. Okay, so the next one is, how do you deal with being single forever? Okay, we're not gonna put that energy out there. We're not gonna be single forever. We're just waiting for the right person. Eventually they will come around, but just, I don't know, focus on yourself in the meantime. You don't always need to be with someone. Trust me, it's not that special. People, no one is ever that special. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, no. But yeah, just enjoy the company of yourself and then really enjoy being alone. I feel like when you really truly like love yourself and enjoy your company, then your standards will go so up, and you're not gonna settle for anyone, because we're not doing that. Okay, so the next one is red flags. Oh my gosh, there's so many red flags. Inconsistency is like the #1 red flag ever. At the end of the day, if someone wants to, they will. No excuses. Whenever someone goes, I'm busy, no one's ever that busy. There's 24 hours in a day, okay? You can find at least 1 hour out of that day for that person if you really cared. No one is ever that busy, and if they're inconsistent, they most likely don't care, because if they did, they would take the time out of their day. And let's be realistic. Our generation, we're always on our phone. We are always on our phone. Our phones are in our hand like this 24/7. We at least check our phone once an hour, right? Once in an hour. I don't know, for 5 minutes, 2 minutes, whatever. But like I said, if you wanted to, you would. And it's really not that hard to message someone and be like, hey, I'm gonna be busy today, but I'll message you later. Not that hard. So that's a red flag, right? That's like my #1 thing, is if they're inconsistent with putting in effort in messaging or calling or hanging out. That's a red flag, because you would make the time if you wanted to, right? Exactly. Okay, another red flag. What is another red flag? I don't. Okay, so the next one is, how do I know if someone has good intentions with you? I don't. I feel like as you get to know that person, you kind of get the vibe whether or not they're in it for the right reasons. I feel like in the beginning, it's very hard to like see whether or not they're really there or not. For me, it took okay. Also, don't ignore the red flags. Listen to your gut, because 99.9% of the time your gut is right. Trust me, I know from experience. And I ignored the red flags, and I ignored if they had the true intention or not, and they did not. Okay, this guy in the fire truck is looking at me. Please stop it. Okay, so the next one is ideal type. I don't even know what my type is anymore. I feel like for me, of course, physical is a part of it, because that's what first attracts you to someone. But for me, what keeps me around is personality. If you act like an ass, I'm not talking to you. That's just how it is. But yeah, for me, it's more personality. So my ideal type would be someone just who has ambitions, goals, who's very supporting, whose intentions are right, and they actually are caring. But yeah, for me, it's personality. But there's not a lot of nice people out there anymore. So okay, so the next one is, what's your go-to song when you are sad? Love You. I love you. Oh my gosh, I have a whole playlist on Spotify called Play Sad Playlists. But my go-to one is probably To Build a Home by the orchestra, I think. I'll put it here on the screen. But I have a whole playlist for my sad playlist songs. I'll give you guys a little. It's this one. Hold on. This gets me. Look, it's making me cry. There is a house, is a place. This one, oh my god, this one. I thought you said when we were standing at the shore, you didn't even dip your toes. How do I tell someone that I like them? Just go for it. Honestly, just go for it. I feel like life is too short to not just go for what you want. Honestly, if I really like someone, I would just tell them, and I would go up to them. I'd be like, you know what? I like you. I feel like rejection is such a huge thing for people nowadays. They're so scared of rejection, but it's who cares? Who cares? If they don't like you, someone else is gonna come along and they're gonna like you. So just go for it. Just tell them straight up. Be like, hey, I really, you know, I think we vibe really good and I really like you. Just be like, I like you. Just be like, do the Debbie Ryan. Be like, hey, I just wanted to say that I love you. Do like the double. Yeah, do the double. I just want to spend so much time with you and I'm in love with you. I love you. Okay, maybe I'll do that. But yeah, guys, that is going to finish the TMI girl talk. Like I said, it was for everyone. Everyone is welcome. We all just here vibing out. But I hope you guys liked it. If you guys want to be included in the next one, don't forget to follow me on Instagram. It'll be here on the screen. It is Brooke Alicia. But I love y'all. Don't forget to love yourself. Until next time, see y'all later. Peace out, scouts. Bye.